Ilia versus Islam?
We'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
And they're willing to do whatever it takes.
I think that the UFC really wants Islam versus Topuria, and I think that they will do whatever it takes.
But then this happened. Hunter Campbell, Dana White's right-hand man, flies straight to Dagestan to meet Islam. Not Vegas, not Abu Dhabi. Dagestan. You know what that means. And it didn't stop there. Islam's been sharpening his weapons with one of the deadliest strikers the sport has ever seen, Zabit Magomedsharipov. If you think this is just talk, think again. While that was going down in Dagestan, Khamzat Chimaev and Plessis were ready to rip each other apart. And Belal Muhammad, let's just say Kamaru Usman isn't a fan. Things are about to explode. Let's get into it. Islam Makhachev, the undisputed king of the lightweight division. His dominance isn't just about winning, it's about imposing his will. But now, there's a name creeping up the ranks, a name that's got the UFC throwing big money to make it happen. Ilia Topuria, Dana White's smirk, Laura Sanko's confirmation, and Hunter Campbell flying straight to Dagestan. This isn't just talk, this is a chess move. But what he said next flipped the whole perspective. When Hunter Campbell landed in Dagestan, it wasn't just to shake hands. According to Rizvan Magomedov, Hunter didn't leave empty-handed. In fact, he left with a promise. And if you know anything about Dagestani culture, promises there are sacred. But wait, this one hits different. Training with Zabit? That's not your average sparring session. We're talking about a guy who's known for flying knees, spinning back fists, and unreal striking angles. And now, Islam is absorbing all of it. But it gets worse. It's not just the training. There's a reason the UFC is throwing big money behind this fight. According to insiders, the company is desperate for another superstar showdown. McGregor's magic is fading, Khabib is retired, and the fans are starving for something massive. And the UFC believes Islam versus Topuria is the spark that could light the fire again. But while Topuria and Makachev are setting the stage for the next super fight, there's another name making waves. Garry's calling out one of the biggest names in the division. And trust me, it's someone nobody expected.
This is from the same man who said I am the hardest matchup for him in the division. He would much rather fight a Kamaru Usman or a Joaquin Buckley, because that's a better chance for him to maintain being the champion. He fights me. Stylistically, I'm the worst matchup for him. I'm long, I'm tall, I'm luscious, I'm beautiful at my striking. I understand distance control. Belal said it time and time again. He knows my fight IQ is the best. So stylistically, matchup-wise, I'm a nightmare for him. He doesn't want that. So that's why he's talking about everyone else and not me. But the truth is, I am next. I'm going to be the next person. I'm the biggest matchup he can get in the division. There's no one gives a rat's about Joaquin Buckley. No one gives a rat's about Kamaru Usman. You know, he should be gone a long time ago. So they're irrelevant in my mind. The biggest fight you can make after this event, when Belal wins, is Belal Muhammad versus Ian Machado Garry. And let's do it in your back garden. Let's do it in Chicago.
Dricus just confirmed this.
I already agreed to both. A lot of people are saying, is it this year? Yes.
I mean...
So we have a date.
There's a storm brewing in the middleweight division. Khamzat Chimaev, the man they call Boars, is gearing up for war. And if you thought his last performances were brutal, just wait. He's not holding back. In fact, he said it himself. Let them prep for war. I'm prepping for murder. Strong words, but when it's Khamzat, you know it's not just talk. He's got the track record to back it up. But Dricus du Plessis, he didn't even flinch. When Khamzat dropped that line, du Plessis fired back, calling him Shakespeare in the house on Instagram. It was bold, it was cocky, and it lit a fire under this fight. And it didn't stop there. Rumors started flying that the fight would take place at UFC 317 during International Fight Week. Fans were buzzing. But just as fast as the hype built, Dana White shut it down, saying it won't happen in June. But that doesn't mean it's off the table. Sources say the UFC is planning something even bigger for this clash. More hype, more fireworks. Alex Pereira just posted this, but then he dropped this.
Bom, pessoal, pô, recebi aqui monte de mensagem aqui da galera falando aqui que viu mensagem no meu Twitter e, pô, eu nem sabia que tinha sido hackeado porque faz tempo que eu não posto nada, vocês veem aí, mas foi hackeado e eu vou estar resolvendo aqui e, pô, eu nem sei o que tá acontecendo aí. Tem uma relação muito boa com a UFC sempre e, pô, as pessoas gostam de, sei lá, de ver o mal. Então é isso, chama.
Guess Alex isn't done with the UFC just yet. That tweet felt more permanent than my uncle's fishing trip to Siberia. He was gone for 5 years, came back with 1 fish and 2 new problems. While everyone's guessing Islam's next opponent, Belal threw out a name. And trust me, it's not who you think.
Islam Makhachev is reportedly waiting on the result of this fight to decide whether he wants to go up and become a double champ. Now, you said he should just get the fight signed because you're coming out as champion. But would you still entertain that fight, you and Islam? Will that ever happen?
No, it would never happen on my end. For me, there's a lot of contenders left, right?
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't fought Ian. I still haven't fought Shavkat. I still haven't fought. You got Buckley and Usman. There's a lot of guys right there. So for him, he also has Paddy Pimblett. He has Arman. He has Oliveira rematch, right? There's a lot of guys for both of us, and I'm just looking at the next guy ahead.
Belal saying Islam should fight Paddy is like my neighbor suggesting I trade my car for his bicycle. Sure, it's got wheels, but where exactly are we going?